Okay. So I want to thank you guys for getting on here with us tonight. So Michelle invited you on the call because you mean a lot to her, and she really cares about having your support and encouragement as she launches her virtual franchise. And it's a special mission to inspire healthy living around the world. So I don't know about you, but sometimes it's just really hard to make some healthy choices, especially with busy schedules and picky eaters in the family. And Michelle, I know you probably know all about that.
Yes.
Because I mean, shoot, when you're driving home from work and you're starving and you're passing by all those fast food restaurants and stuff, it's a huge struggle. I know it is for me. So you might be wondering what it is that Michelle has gotten into, and I promise that I'm going to explain. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Sherry, and I'm a mentor and wellness coordinator with the Juice Plus Company. And today, our goal is to share with you just a little bit about the company, our mission, our programs, and our products. So I've known Michelle since she was a little girl. In fact, I used to babysit for her, and our families go way back, way before she was born, for sure. And a few years ago, and I began to see that she was posting some things online about her son struggling with some significant health issues, I thought, well, let me reach out to her and share some information I thought might be of help. And so since then, she has seen some good results. And because of that, she decided to join our mission and so that we can make a bigger impact on our families and our communities. So I'd first like to start off and just tell you a little bit about my own personal journey. So I have a background in nursing, and I always felt like I had a pretty healthy lifestyle, but I used to get nasty upper respiratory infections every single year, and I had to take antibiotics, and most of the time I had to take a steroid, and I just kind of thought that was normal. And then 8 years ago, about 8 years ago, I guess it was, I developed some periodontal disease, and I needed some significant work done, and I knew two things, having worked in an oral surgeon's office. I knew it was going to be expensive, and I knew it was going to hurt really bad. So you know what I did? I left skid marks getting out of there, and I didn't go back for like another 16 months. And I know that's not good, but I was chicken. That's just the truth. I'm a big chicken. So anyway, about a year after that, I decided to ditch the multivitamins that I'd been taking, and I thought Juice Plus had been introduced to me, and it sounded like a good idea. I knew I wasn't eating enough fruits and veggies, so I did. And then I finally went back to the dentist office, and much to my surprise and also to her surprise, my gums had completely healed. And she said she had never seen that before without some sort of intervention and treatment. And what I found out was that had been a clinical study on Juice Plus with patients just like me who had all that same improvement just by adding those capsules every day. And I have never since had any more problem with my gums. I don't even have a cavity. I'm 62 years old now, and I have no cavities and no problems with my gums. So that makes me happy. And I no longer get those upper respiratory infections. I may get a mild cold every once in a while, but I've had an antibiotic one time in 8 years. So that's a big deal. And so I think what I've come to understand that getting sick and having to take antibiotics and steroids, that's not the norm. What's normal is for us to be resistant to those things and not have to need those on a regular basis. So I know that Michelle, you can tell a little bit about your journey with Houston. I know he was struggling to eat and digest food, and I know that you know he was missing out on a lot of nutrients that his little body needed so very much. Because you know, when we don't get those nutrients, we're just a whole lot more prone to being sick. So how about you tell us a little bit about Houston and his journey?
Okay. Well, first of all, Sherry reached out to me and she said, hey, there's this awesome, it's not a vitamin, it's not a supplement, it is just pure fruits and vegetables. And I think you should consider it for Houston. And I was thinking, yeah, that sounds great, but I've got so many other things going on and therapy appointments. Like, how am I going to get this? And so Sherry luckily did not give up on me, and she dropped off some samples and brought them to me or sent them to her sister-in-law. And she was like, here, try these. And I was like, you know what? They're just sitting here. So I have no excuse other than I should just start to try them. So we started trying them, and then Houston's gut health just really continued to kind of deteriorate. And so the doctors said, you know, he really needs to have some resting gut, and he doesn't need to have anything. So we dropped everything and cut everything back and just gave him formula to kind of get him through to purify his system. But he just wasn't getting any better. And so finally I was like, okay, all right. So one night Sherry invited me to her house, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go. I'm just going to go learn more about this. So I went, and I learned that you know, obviously for me, I have autoimmune conditions as well. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try these for me because I just want to see how it makes me feel and see, you know, what changes that I'm going to see. And then Sherry told me about this awesome program where they have a children's health study where if you purchase the Juice Plus Orchard and Garden blend, then they would give you the gummies for free. And I knew Houston would eat gummies. So 4 years into feeding therapy, I was like, I don't know that he's going to do this, but I know I can get him to eat a gummy. So started with the gummies, and we started seeing some benefits, I would say even 30 days, within 30 days of starting it. And then continue to have some issues, of course, with, you know, his absorption and his motility in his gut. And so really struggling. And so Sherry was able to get me in contact with some other people who knew a lot more than I did. And I wish I had half of their knowledge about, you know, how what exactly is in the powder, you know, in the capsules, and how does that work differently than even the gummies. And so she was able to find me other people through her networks that had similar situations to Houston, and I was able to talk with them one-on-one, and they were able to give me pointers of things that I should try. And so Houston has a G-tube, and so that can be a blessing and a curse at the same time. But in this instance, I think it was a blessing because I was instructed that maybe I should try to open the capsules and actually dilute it in water and then put it through his G-tube. And I started doing that. And so we've been doing that consistently for several months now. And I just have to say that anybody who knows us know that if we're going to get something, it's going to be something weird. It's going to be something off the wall. It's not some normal strep throat, just viral something or other. It's going to be weird. And so we get, you know, looking at flu season, and I dare say this because I know flu season is not over, but for the first time in 7 years, none of us have had myself, Olivia, my 11-year-old, and Houston, my 7-year-old, are all taking Juice Plus. And none of us have contracted the flu. We have not had strep. We have not had any viral illness. We have not had upper respiratory infections, nothing. Now, my husband, who I've not yet quite won over, can't say so much for him. So he's been to the doctor, but we have actually had 0 antibiotics for upper respiratory infections. We've not had any flu. So I truly am a believer, and I want to tell all my friends, and I've told them this in person as well, that this is not a quick fix. This is not something that you're going to take and in 1 week you're going to be like, oh wow, this is amazing, and you're going to see all of these benefits, because it obviously did not take a week in order for your body to get where it is now. And so it's not going to take a week, you know, in order to kind of turn it around. And so does Houston still have gut issues with absorption? Absolutely. But I know with 100% fact, when I get these capsules in his little body every day, I know that he's getting at least the representation of the food groups and nothing extra. There's no additives to these, but nothing extra. He's getting at the bare minimum what his body needs in order to really be healthy. And so I've learned so much just on this journey from Sherry sending me videos to watch and things like that. And people know that it takes a lot to win me over, a whole lot to win me over. I am very, very stubborn. The proof is in the pudding. I want to see it. I am very fact-based and very analytical. And I can just tell you there have been so many aha moments where I think that this is just great. So I can't say enough positive things.
Well, you know what? When you're a mama and you got a sick child, then you start to listen to some other things, especially when you've exhausted all of the other things and nothing seems to be working, right?
Yes.
So.
And I've got to give credence to Angela, who's on the call tonight, because honestly, she was the one that really kind of got my attention and said, Michelle, you've got to figure this out, because she's all about healthy eating and making sure that her body and her family and her kids have everything that it needs to be healthy. And so, I don't have the skill set that Angela Sanford has. I'm a little jealous of her in that respect, of doing it all naturally every single day. But for me, this is a big step for me. So I'm working toward that, but it's a
journey. It's a journey. So, you know, one step at a time. And as far as your husband goes, he breathes that airplane air every day.
Absolutely.
All people need this, right?
Recycled germy air.
Yeah, exactly. So I've also asked my niece Jamie to come on tonight, and I see she's on here. Hey, Jamie.
Sorry
You
I'm
almost
late.
forgot us.
I know, I'm sorry.
But I wanted her to share a little bit about her journey with her daughter, Hannah, and she had extremely severe constipation. And you know, that seems to be a significant problem with a lot of kids these days, because I'm seeing Facebook posts all the time from mamas that are desperate to find a solution because they don't want to resort to having to give their kids Miralax. And so, Jamie, how about telling us about her story? What happened with her?
Yeah, sure. Can you guys hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hannah, when she started eating solid food, however many months, like 8, 9, 10 months, I forget how many months old she was, that's when the constipation started. And I don't really know why, like nobody was ever really able to tell me why, like all of a sudden when she started to eat food, she was suddenly constipated. We never did find that out. But we struggled with constipation from that point until she was 3. So just a little over 2 years, we were struggling with her. Just, you know, it was constant. Like it was just, she would work so hard and get very little from it. So we, when she was still on formula, we gave her a special formula that kind of helped with that. But after she got off of formula, then we were like, well, I don't really know what to do to help her out. So we decided to do prune juice, which the stuff is nasty. And we mixed it with apple juice and water. And, you know, she drank it and it would help, like when we gave it to her. But like there is going to come a day that she's going to realize this stuff is nasty and she's not going to drink it anymore. So then there was a post by Stacy, my cousin, and she just made the comment about something about how going to the bathroom and she's so regular and things like that. And that kind of got my attention, like, oh, you know, this Juice Plus makes you regular in the bathroom. Like, you know, that would be really awesome if she could be more regular. So I texted her and I was like, I'm kind of interested because, you know, she needs to be regular. Like we've been struggling this with since she has been, you know, 10 months old. So I figured I would give it a try. I didn't, you know, I had heard that they had been doing it. My cousin's family had been doing it for a while. We had never really done it. I mean, a little bit with my other son, but not really. So I thought, I'll give it a try. If it doesn't work, no harm done. Like, you know, we're not going to be any worse off than we are right now. So we started it, and it was recommended to me to give her a double dose because she was so constipated. So I was giving her a double dose of it, and we did that for 3 weeks. And then after 3 weeks, she went to the bathroom 4 times in one day. We would go like 3 days and there would be nothing. 4 times in one day. I was like, what in the world? And then after that, you know, we backed off to her regular. She just takes 1 dose, and she's regular. Like, we have not had an issue. It's been a year now and not a problem. And, you know, I honestly can't say enough good things about it either because, like, I wanted to help her. I didn't want to give her like medication for it or Miralax, but you know, like, how do you help this teeny tiny little baby that just can't get it out? And so now, like, she doesn't have that problem anymore. So,
and that's awesome, and I love that, and I have heard that story over and over and over again. So I know there's a lot of other mamas out there that need to hear that because, you know, they resort to giving them Miralax, and that's not a good thing. So in the interest of time, we are going to move forward here, and I'm going to share my screen. My computer is not working right with me here. Let me see if I can get my mouse to work. It's worked fine all day long, and now today it doesn't work. Whoops. Share my screen.
While she's doing that, Jamie, are you doing the gummies or?
Yeah, she takes the gummies.
Gotcha.
She calls it her candy. So every day she tells me she wants her candy.
That's what Houston calls it too. He said,
Yeah.
Does he really?
I need my treat.
Okay, I think maybe my computer's going to try to work now for me. So, okay. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, so what I want to do is share you a little bit with you about the Juice Plus company, and the mission of the company is to inspire healthy living around the world, and we do that in 3 different ways. One is that we offer high quality education, and that is through various webinars and doctors that we have that speak actually around the world, and you can find the webinars online. Like once a month they do one regularly through our Healthy Living Revolution website. And then, Juice Plus is marketed in about 35 different countries, so these doctors speak around the world, which is pretty awesome. And then we offer an easy and convenient way for people to get in more fruits and veggies and berries with our Juice Plus products. And then a really fun way is that we get in more real produce is to grow our own with the aeroponic vertical gardening system that you see on the right. It's called a tower garden, and we can grow organic produce without dirt, both inside and outside. And so these are some pictures of our towers. The one on the left is from last summer, and the one on the right is the one we grow inside all the time. So I just went down there tonight and picked a big old bowl of salad. So, and that, it doesn't get any more fresh than that. And you can grow up to 20 different plants on these towers, and anything from lettuces to tomatoes, squash, and even watermelon. So, we pick it when it's ripe, and like I said, you just can't get any more fresh than that. And I don't have to bend over, I don't have to get my hands dirty with this thing, which I absolutely love. So if you haven't heard about the Juice Plus products before, first of all, I know Michelle mentioned it a while ago, it is not a vitamin. If you look at the label on the left-hand side, it is a nutrition facts label, not a supplement facts label like you would find on a vitamin. In fact, it's the same kind of nutrition facts label that you would see like on a bag of broccoli, frozen broccoli in the grocery store. And it doesn't have a warning label. It's safe for people of all ages, pregnant and nursing moms, children, the elderly, and even professional athletes can take it. And so one thing that sets Juice Plus apart from everything else is the clinical research. And with over 35 clinical published studies, it is the most research branded nutritional product in the world. And I'm just going to tell you that this is the piece that grabs the attention of thousands of doctors around the world. And in fact, it's why my personal doctor, my eye doctor, my former dentist, and my current dentist, which happens to be my niece, also take Juice Plus. And as a nurse myself, that's what got my attention, because these are the medical journals that you see on the right that I saw on my doctor's desk. And just look at all of those hospitals and universities that have studied Juice Plus over there on the left-hand side. There's MD Anderson Cancer Institute, Yale, even Vanderbilt right here in Nashville has studied Juice Plus. And the studies have shown that people who take Juice Plus have stronger immune systems. I think Michelle alluded to that already by not getting sick this year, and myself as well. It also shows improved heart health, reduced inflammation in the body, healthier skin, better dental health. Like I said, I had that improvement in my gums. Protects your DNA from damage, and even improved lung health in smokers. And so if you're a medical geek like me, you can actually go to the website and read the clinical abstracts. So let's switch real quick now to the Freedom Revolution, which is our business community. And the main mission of the Juice Plus Company is to bring freedom through improved health. And it's important to know that about 80% of the Juice Plus is used by happy customers that have no affiliation with the company at all. And serving these customers are those of us who partnered with the Juice Plus Company as a business opportunity. And we get paid well to do a whole lot of good. So the Juice Plus Company was formed 50 years ago, and the Juice Plus itself has been around for now 25 of those 50 years. We're a privately held multi-billion-dollar company and on track to do $1 billion in sales in the year 2020. And for those that are at the top levels of the company, there's an amazing family benefits package that includes medical, dental, disability, life and long-term care, chiropractic, prescription drugs. There's even college assistance and holiday bonus and a monthly expense allowance. So that's pretty good. So the Juice Plus Company also inspires healthy giving. And you see on the left, we are the title sponsor of the St. Jude Memphis Marathon weekend. And we're highly involved in the Boys and Girls Club. And by the way, we are on track to put tower gardens in every single Boys and Girls Club across America. And we're also very involved with the Volunteers of America. There's an initiative actually to provide 10 million meals in 20 countries in the next 5 years. They give us commercial blenders and recipe books, along with our complete protein shake mix. And that's provided to low-income seniors, homeless, and veterans, and disadvantaged youth. And those people in those populations don't often get adequate nutrition. So that's an awesome program. So I can tell you what attracted me to the Juice Plus business is that no matter who we are or what we do, we all trade hours for dollars, right? And that's not the case with our business model. We can bring along as many people as we want and to establish a solid and stable business, and there's no ceiling on the income that we can earn. And so what that's provided for me is what I like to call the ability to have extras in our family. Like I've been able to provide for paying for private preschool for our grandson and trips to Disney, and it doesn't cut into our family budget at all. So this type of business can produce a short-term cash, or it can be a long-term wealth building and retirement strategy. So we're really excited to work with two types of people. It'll be those that are ready to take the next step in their health and make life easier by adding Juice Plus. And it only costs a couple of dollars a day. And kids, like Michelle said, can get it for free through what we call the Healthy Starts for Family program. It really is the simplest and most convenient and affordable way to get massive amounts of nutrition into busy families. And then we also like to work with anyone who wants to earn stable and residual income in order to expand their options while making a difference at the same time. And so our Freedom Revolution community actually gives parents the financial peace of mind to choose mom and dad care instead of daycare. And I know that's huge for a lot of mamas out there. And I just want to show you a couple of my friends in the Nashville and Southern Kentucky area who've been able to do just that. This is Kimberly, and she's a former event coordinator, and she lives in Mount Juliet. And this is Alice. She's a former nanny, and she now has the freedom to be home with her daughter while pursuing her music, which is her real passion. She's put out a couple of CDs, and she's really good. And this is Jennifer. She lives in Bowling Green. No, she's not Bowling Green. She's in Glasgow. And she's a registered dietitian. I would say a former registered dietitian because she's home full time now. And this is Karen. She lives in Clarksville, and she's a former personal trainer. And this is my friend Jadrian. She previously worked for the Sumner County School System, and she has her master's in social work. So, I like to tell mamas, I'm past all this, kids at home type of thing now, but so many mamas, you realize that your days are long, but what they say, the years are short. That is so true, because I'm going to tell you, when you get on the other end of it, you realize time has just flown by. So these mamas right here, they're making it happen, and they're enjoying all this time with their families right now, and that is awesome. I'm so happy for them. So it's also good for professionals because, you can have the chance and choice to build your own dreams instead of somebody else's, which is pretty awesome. And it's also a great side gig for college kids because, they're forever broke and need money. And for people that are in my situation and older, it's, for people that are retired and empty nesters, it can be really a boost to their retirement income. So before we wrap up, maybe you could just ask yourself a couple of questions. Number one is, who do I know that needs to hear about this? And what if Juice Plus could help them? Because I know when I first learned about it, I knew I was going to have to tell other people about it. So if you do think of someone, would you just let Michelle know later on? And she's going to send you a link to our Healthy Living Revolution website. And it's packed with lots of good stuff from free exercise videos. There's healthy cookbook downloads, and there's a library of webinars on there on a variety of health topics. And it's from a broad range of doctors and other healthcare providers. And we just love to share these resources with all our family and friends because we're all about inspiring healthy living. So I do have one more short video that I wanted to show you. Oops, I stopped sharing. Let me share it again so you can see that. Okay, there it is. We'll watch this real quick. It's like 1.5 minutes.
Most people are stuck in jobs that they can't stand. working Monday through Friday. They look forward to the weekends. They dread Mondays. My 9 to 5 usually turned into like a 9 to 8, which became more of a 12-hour day than a 9-hour day. I could not imagine my life in that situation now, having the opportunity of being home with my children, having this flexible schedule and hours that are convenient for me and my family.
The Juice Plus business is an amazing opportunity for people who are looking for a part-time income because it's something you can do while you live life.
One of the biggest things that we provide is a way for women to engage, women who may prefer to stay home with their kids, but still have an opportunity to be part of the community and part of impacting people's health.
Instead of having to ask a boss for vacation or, take time off of work, I never really have to take time off of work because I can take it with me wherever I go. I get to work Juice Plus business around my life, whereas most people have to work their life around their business.
I get to decide the life that I want to live, and the time freedom is like nothing else.
And the opportunity to make whatever we want with this business, it really is all up to us. So if you have the desire to continue to grow yourself, your business, then the sky's the limit. All you have to do is just be a consumer of the product and share. It's that simple. Definitely. It's not the norm, but it's so much better than the norm. It's so much better.
Okay, so that's it for what we had to share tonight, and I'm happy for you, Michelle. Congratulations on getting started with your virtual franchise. It's been a lot of fun to share this information with you tonight. So do you have any final thoughts that you want to share before we close?
For me, it's not about income. It's just trying to, reap the benefits of the company, sharing obviously our story and what's done for us, but also hopefully helping me fund my entire family, on Juice Plus as well. So people that know me know that I don't have a lot of extra time, so I wouldn't throw my time at something that I didn't feel like was well worth it. So if anybody has any questions, please send them my way, and if I don't know, I'll send them to Sherry.
Well, you know what? There's always resources for us to find answers to the questions, because I certainly don't have all the answers either, but it is an awesome business, and it's great for busy people, so you can see those mamas that I just shared. They're all of my friends here in this Nashville area, and they were busy people too, and they did it, and they're doing it. So anyway, that's it for tonight. I'm going to sign off for tonight, and we stop this recording here, and we